Hi guys, so many peeps already in here. Tristan, Death, Albus, it's been a while. Good to see you. Hi Mies, how are you? Clapped. We missed you yesterday, man. On your knees, what's up? Good to see you in here, guys. Today we're doing a dinner stream for Frank. It's his birthday today. So I decided to make it a little bit special and make some gnocchi. And ricotta gnocchi is actually quite easy to make. It's much easier than the potato version because it doesn't get as like gluey, I guess. So we'll go over that today. You guys will see how it's made, and the recipe that I'm gonna follow says it's quicker to make than boiling pasta. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not gonna kind of rush through it, but I think it's doable. Thanks guys, I'll let him know that you said that. Oh yeah, so we installed this yesterday. It's so sick. It's like the door is right across from it, so if anyone ever like wants to come in here, I would like think twice if I saw that on the wall. Thanks, Death. Frankie Bits. Yeah, Frank turns 30 today. Still young. Yeah, exactly, guys. I know, Death. They're so good. And it's so handy to have over the sink. Just wash up your knife. Boom. It's done. Magnets for the win. Chief with the host. Woohoo. Thanks, man. Okay, and we're going to do some pan-fried trout today. I got the last trout at the grocery store yesterday. So yay for us. And I haven't eaten trout in quite a while or even cooked it. So it's very similar to salmon. It's just a little bit smaller. You'll see the difference in the fillet size when we take it out. Chief, how are you? Doggo's being a butt as always. It's like, stream's been on for a couple minutes. I gotta go. And she's locked down here with me today because the guys are doing flooring upstairs. Shoot you, Clapped? I'm not gonna shoot you. And then we're gonna make some creamed greens to go with our gnocchi. So I have some arugula and some kale from the farm that I'm gonna use for that, and it's gonna get fried up with some bacon as well. Hey Rod, how are you? Nice, Trist. That sounds nummy. We had our leftover pork dinner for lunch today, and it was wonderful. It was waiting for me on the counter when I got home from the farm today. $10 question. Yeah. Who can guess that song? And then I also have some asparagus to use up, so we'll probably slice that pretty thin. And then that will get fried up with the brown butter and capers, and then we'll toss the gnocchi with that. I think it's gonna be pretty good flavor-wise. So timeline, I think the gnocchi will take about 40 minutes to make if you were to do it from start to finish all at once. I like to pop the like raw gnocchi, I guess, into the freezer for a little bit before we go to boil it later. That's not the answer. It's not the answer, Anya. You guys want to know what this song was? So the creamed greens will take about half an hour because we're using stuff like kale, so it's a little bit more tough. And that just gets cooked down with the bacon and the cream and the onions until it's like super flavorful. Gucci gang. What does freezing the gnocchi do? It just helps it like set better and firm up. And you'll notice that when you go to boil it, it won't really fall apart as much, I guess, if you're even worried about that. Kind of like relaxes the dough, I guess, is a good way to put it. Because there is flour in there. Let's go, you butthead. Hey, Steve, how are you? Not you, Siri. What is going on in here today? Is there a video to that song? I never seen it before, Anya. Guys, for real though, real talk before we get started. How bad is like the banging and stuff from upstairs? The song was called Bounce by Calvin Harris, and it's actually Keyless or Kellis, the girl that does Milkshake, in it. Click it to watch the vid. Terrifying. Weird Russian singer. It's really loud. Well, I think they're gonna be done in that room pretty soon, so let's see how it goes. I guess as long as you can hear me, that's good. Okay, so on with the cream greens. Like I said, it would take about half an hour to make those. So you can obviously start them after you do the gnocchi. And then the trout will take about 20 minutes to prep up and cook. I believe the skin is on the fillets that I bought, so we'll have to take the skin off and then portion it into probably 7 or 8 portions. Hey, Mama Reagan, I just saw you. Sorry I missed you from before. How are you? It's 30, Steve. Whoo, that's a hot one. It's really, really nice here as well today. Again, I feel like I just keep getting like more and more tanned every day. Tris. Okay, the asparagus and the capers and brown butter will take only about 10 minutes to prep. Very, very simple. And I'm thinking this whole meal can be made in an hour or less, depending on how good you are. Yay! Curly kale for Curly Kate. I love it. How did you cook it up? Do you all know where the bathroom is? What you need, Jim? What happened? Okay, ingredients. Let's go to our recipes. Everything is posted in Discord. All of the things. So for our gnocchi, we will for sure need ricotta cheese, because that's our binder ingredient, along with eggs. And then it has a little bit of Parmesan cheese in it as well. And some flour, that's what makes up most of the dough. And then you still season it with salt and pepper. And then the sauce that you want to serve with it depends on whatever you want. I'm gonna do it just simple with brown butter since we're having creamed greens. So I don't wanna do like a creamy sauce if we already have a creamy side dish. Trying to keep it a little bit more fresh. And then our creamed greens will need some butter, flour, and milk. And then that will make up kind of like a little bechamel, I guess, to start. Anya, oh my God. Just doused in olive oil. Did it pop like crazy when you put it in the pan with the olive oil? Okay, so after we make up our little bechamel for the greens, then we can fry up our bacon into kind of like lardon pieces, so a little bit thicker sliced. And our onion. And then our greens will go in the pot with some heavy cream, the bechamel, and a little bit of garlic and red pepper flakes. And then I think near the end you add like some sort of acidity to cut the richness. So you can either use vinegar or lemon juice. Either one would be delicious. Yeah, the popping is terrifying, hey? It's just like, throw it in from afar and hope for the best. This dog is gonna drive me crazy today. I can't even. The knives are intimidating. That's what I thought. I was like, but it's good. I like it there. Makes me feel like I'm at home. Yeah, the pepper flakes and the vinegar or any kind of acid is totally gonna make it way better. And then for our brown butter and capers, we need some butter and we need some capers. So if you guys don't know what capers are, they're actually a pickled flower bud from the nasturtium plant. And then I think for garnishes for the plate, we'll do some fresh dill chopped, and then I'll go snip some chives from outside. And that will be our other garnish. So chives and dill, I think, will go great with the ricotta gnocchi and the trout and the brown butter and the greens. Oh, Clapped, you're so heartbroken. Thanks for the 1 bit, man. Cardi B deleted her Instagram. The world is over. I donut car, to be honest. Woohoo! Mega Maz, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. So, order of prep. We'll make our gnocchi first so that it's done and out of the way. And then we'll put it into the freezer for probably half an hour to an hour. And then we'll prep and portion up our trout. So like I said, we have to take the skin off, so we'll go over that today. I haven't done this in a while for fish, so it might be a little rusty. Cow farts will end the world. Oh God. It's true though. And then after that, we can portion or prep up our creamed greens. So get everything ready for that. Probably even make the bechamel at that point and just let it sit out until we decide to cook them. Because like I said, they only take about half an hour to cook this. So we don't want it to sit on the stovetop and keep cooking because the greens will turn brown. Not what we want to happen. Okay, so after that, we can prep up the asparagus. Like I said, we'll just thinly slice it on the bias, make it be able to be cooked really quick. And then we'll chop up our garnishes, the dill and the chives, get our gnocchi water ready. So big pot of water with salt in it, and then our brown butter pan, which will also end up frying the gnocchi in after it's boiled. And then we need our pan to cook our trout in. And then lastly, near the end, we can blanch the gnocchi, cook the trout and asparagus. The trout, in the portions that I do, I'm guessing it will only take about 5 or 6 minutes to cook in the pan. Very, very quick. Like I said, it's similar to flavor in salmon, but it's a lot smaller. But it is just as fatty, which is the best part. All of those amazing fish oils there, all your omega-3s. And then lastly, we can finish our gnocchi with the brown butter and capers. Done, done. Pretty simple. What is going on? What is the difference between brown butter and regular butter besides the color? The flavor goes more nutty, Albus. So the French people actually call it beurre noisette. Death. Beurre noisette. And that means, I'm pretty sure that's French for hazelnut. So there's your intro there, I guess, to brown butter, which is so much better than regular butter. You can put that ish on anything. Translate from Russian, do it. What did they say? Do I even want to know? Okay, let's get started. Actually, no. Let's do a little bit of fun facts. I think we did gnocchi fun facts before, maybe once, but it's been a long time, and we have quite a few new people in here now. So let's do that, because we do have some time today. I don't think the gnocchi will take me very long. If it was regular gnocchi with potatoes in it, then it would take at least twice as long. There you go, Albus. Yeah, beurre noisette. He said smile more because I'm serious. We're going over the game plan. This is serious stuff, guys. I hate when guys say that, by the way. You would look prettier if you smiled more. How about no? Okay, so gnocchi, also known to Frank as gnocchi, because this one time we sent him to the store to pick up gnocchi, and he calls us, and he's like, I think I found what you're looking for. It's called gnocchi, right? We died. We died. Gnocchi, gnocchi. But the correct Italian way is gnocchi. Why so serious? I love the Joker. Okay, so there's various thick, small, and soft dough dumplings that may be made from semolina, wheat flour, egg, cheese, potato, breadcrumbs, cornmeal, or similar ingredients. I've never done breadcrumb or cornmeal. Oh my god, Anya. It's good to have you back, man. I've missed your clips. Clapped is done. That's it. He's out. He's calling it quits. And then you can also flavor the gnocchi with herbs, vegetables. This is interesting. Cocoa. Cocoa gnocchi. I like saying that. Or prunes. That'd be like a gnocchi for dessert? What? The dough for gnocchi is most often rolled out into like kind of a dowel shape. So it'll be long and thin, kind of like your finger, I guess. And it's cut into small pieces about the size of a cork or smaller. Really depends on what you're going for. And then you can even press them after with a fork to get little ridges in them. I'm sure you guys have seen those ones in the store. Or even a cheese grater to make ridges. I've never seen that version. And the ridges then help to hold in all of the wonderful pasta sauce. Where is Omat? Hi, Steampunk. How are you? What is good? Alternatively, the gnocchi can simply be cut into little lumps if you so desire. And they're usually eaten as a replacement for pasta as a first course, but they can also be served as a contorno or a side dish to some main courses, which is typically how I would eat it, is kind of with my main dish. But I would be so down to have gnocchi for an appetizer and then get the rest of the meal. Those Italians, they know how to eat, you guys. Like, whew. I feel like they do it the wrong way. Is like eating pasta first. How are you supposed to fit everything else in? Like many Italian dishes, gnocchi have considerable variation in recipes and names across different regions. So Lombard and Tuscan gnocchi, literally meaning poor maid, are made with ricotta flour and spinach. That would be really good addition. So I guess that's very similar to how I'm serving it with the greens. And then you can also add any other herbs as well if you so desire. And then there's also a kind called gnocchi, which has a lot less flour. So those would be a little bit more difficult to make because they will fall apart a lot easier. Gnocchi are commonly cooked on their own in boiling salted water and then dressed with various sauces depending on the type and the recipe used. Some gnocchi can be made from pieces of cooked polenta or semolina, and that's spread out to dry and then layered with cheese and butter and finished in the oven. Yum! Guys, why are we fighting in chat? What's going on here? How about you don't? Don't make me get my black gloves out. Fight me, Jim. Let's go, man. I know, I just wanted you guys to say it. We're not fighting. I tricked ya. You want to fight, bro? Come at me. Cash me outside, man. Oh my god, I can't believe I said that. Okay, on with gnocchi. So, in the supermarkets, industrial produced packaged gnocchi are widely available refrigerated, dried, or frozen. And they're quite rubbery in texture. Because obviously, them being made in large batches like that, it's always cheaper to add more flour than it is for the eggs. So we're just having a big brawl, guys. I love it. Did you hear about the Italian that pasta? He passed away. Oh, Matt, of course we asked for you. Hello. Hi. How do you think you could do a gnocchi dessert? I was wondering the same thing. I mean, obviously they said you can put cocoa in it, which I'm into. Probably add a little bit of sugar to the dough and then fry it up. And then I was thinking maybe of like serving it with a whipped cream or ice cream and some kind of like maybe caramel drizzle. I don't know. Does that sound bad? Thanks for the follow, Scott. Welcome in. What would it be sauced with? Yeah, I mean, do some kind of creamy sauce. Put some fruit in there. Be good to go. Tristan. You cray. Okay, so origin of gnocchi. Hopefully you guys remember this. If you were here last time, we did gnocchi stuff. The neighbors. It's not the neighbors. They're replacing the flooring upstairs. The boys are getting to work. Yeah, Omat shows up and the thirst is here. Hey, Scott. How are you? Welcome, welcome. So the word gnocchi may be derived from the Italian word noccio, which means a knot in wood. Or from noccia, which means knuckle. So that makes sense. It kind of looks like a knuckle on your hand. It has been a traditional type of Italian pasta of probable Middle Eastern origin since Roman times. It was introduced by the Roman legions during the expansion of the empire into the countries of the European continent. In Roman times, gnocchi were made from a semolina porridge-like dough mixed with eggs. and they're still found in similar forms today, particularly the oven-baked gnocchi alla Romagna. And Sardinia's malloratus, which do not contain eggs. Oh, Matt is actually Thursday. What, Scott? You're doing some gardening? That's amazing. We just planted ours on Sunday. Welcome in. Think you might have found your home. 32 ounces of Pepsi, Trist. Death's on the wine already. Nice, guys. Yeah, I'm hoping that I'll be handed a beer at some point during the stream. I've been enjoying those little beers. Steve is on it today. What happened to you, man? Okay, and then the last thing, the use of potato in gnocchi is a relatively recent innovation. And it occurred after the introduction of the potato to Europe in the 16th century. And then obviously a bunch of other countries have some similar kind of dumplings. Can't really go wrong with gnocchi. Clapped has got some plants. It's too hot to be nice. Grow up, Steve. The man's not hot. Yeah, where is Butt? Maybe her internet's down again. Okay, let's get into our gnocchis. So I have to double the recipe that we're using, because it only serves 3 to 4. And let's be honest, that's not going to be enough. And the first thing we have to do to prep up for our recipe is actually kind of drain our ricotta cheese. Because the store-bought kinds have actually quite a bit of liquid still in there for the whey. And we don't want that in our gnocchi dough because then it's going to make it fall apart if it's too wet. Scott, you're a hockey guy? Nice. Where are you from? Oh, man. Who is Butt? Butt Burglar. She's one of the mods in here. Extinction. Hello? Who is Butt? Whose butt? Mine. My butt. And we need about 3 cups of the ricotta. So I think we'll drain it all because these are just under 2 cups each. And it says sometimes you can even get like 30% liquid weight out of the ricotta. So let's do it all just to be sure. And then we will move on from that. Butt Burglar. Oh, it's scary. She doesn't take no shit in chat. She is known as a butt. So the easiest way to drain out ricotta that you bought from the store is just to line a plate with paper towel, and then we'll kind of just press the water out of it. And that's what they say works. So we will roll with it. Oh, you're in New Mexico. Nice. Nice, nice. So there's the setup. Just need a spatula. Mass murderer confirmed. That's not even all of them. Dextro Limited. think this recipe would only be better if I would have made my own ricotta. Should have done that yesterday. Let's smoosh it out. Guys, no murder Mondays. There's no cooking your neighbor. We're just gonna be good for once in our lives. Oh, guess what? I brought a lemon cucumber home from the farm today. It's just a little plant. And I guess it actually grows round. Yeah, that's what I say too. It grows around like a lemon. So I'm pretty excited. I was like, I don't have any more room in the garden, but I guess I'll take it. I'll find a spot. Because one of the workers said it's like the best kind of cucumber there is. It's like a little bit acidic. It's a little sour. I'm sorry, Dextro. They're replacing the flooring upstairs, so it's a little noisy. And obviously they had to start in this room while I'm on. It's just Sammy. Sammy's going ham. Yeah, round cucumbers, Scott. Look it up. It's like a Middle Eastern variety. Lemon cucumber. So actually this is getting wet, so that's good. It means it's working. Love your neighbor even if they're asses. It's true. You never know when you might need them. Cream cheese and paper cloth sandwich. Yum. But it did get wet, so that's good. And I guess we will measure out 3 cups worth. And then start to make the dough. Let's do it. Yeah, we're draining the ricotta, or I guess pressing the moisture out. Because sometimes the store likes to leave a bunch in. And that way they hit their weight goal without it being actually all the cheese. Which is not very nice of them. One cup-o. I thought it would maybe stick to the paper towel, but it really is not. So I understand this method now. So smart. One question, what are we cooking? Mods, you know the drill. We're making some gnocchi today. Cheesy gnocchi, aka the best kind. McDonald's menu, Jim. If only. Okay, so the rest of that can just go back into the container. That's why I kept it. And then it will stay in the fridge for quite a long time. Like at least a good month if you don't really bother it too much. Keep your dirty paws out of there. Oh, I'm making a lot, dextrose. I always make about 8 portions for dinner. And that way the 4 of us can have lunches the next day. Everything's cooked and prepped up. So there she go. Yeah, trout is pretty common here, Scott. I'm on Vancouver Island. So you got lots of salmon and not as much trout here, but it's still here. Give it to the neighbors, never. Oh, Matt, what are you doing? You still haven't got any liquids? What are you doing? And then next up are eggies. Dextro, you love cooking, but you're bad? Well, welcome in then. Because I think you'll learn quite a bit of stuff. Safety anklet, yeah, it's true. From Sam's parents. Okay, so we need 2 whole eggs and then 2 egg yolks. And these are just regular large eggs. I did go pick up duck eggs today, though. It was a lovely little drive. Rook, he's hungry. What should he do? Eat. What do you got in the fridge, man? Yoki. Yay, Dextro. I got a pretty awesome apron that I've never worn yet. Have to wear it one day on stream for you guys. Yeah.
A little noisy?
It's noisy. They said they can still hear me though. Guys, blame Sammy.
I'm so sorry. But we have to do it.
Oh, did you have to start in that room?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's their bedroom.
Yeah, I have to start there.
Because Betty would have none of it.
No, it's actually how the flooring is laid out.
Oh, cool.
I'll feed Posh at 4.
Okay, sounds good. Steve, you love cooking, but you're lazy. Do I eat the duck eggs? I do. I just use them like regular eggs. I got 4 dozen today for $24. Sammy's a monster. Spit in his portion. Terrible. Okay, next up, let's get our parm. So we'll need about a cup. I don't know if I will have that much, but we'll do our best. We're running a little low on the parm. I have brie. Oh, yeah, we don't have a cup. Maybe I'll put a little bit more ricotta in then. Hee hee. May or may not have forgot to put it on the list. No, for $24, I got 6 dozen. Or sorry, 4 dozen. So they're $6 a dozen. Fresh out of parm. What a tragedy. Have I ever been to Banff? I have. It's really beautiful there. The duck eggs, they taste, so duck eggs are basic and chicken eggs are acidic. So duck eggs don't have that like sulfur kind of taste or smell when you cook them. They're very, very mild, and then the yolks are super custardy. So they're supposed to be like quite good for you to eat, but the only thing is with the yolk being a little bit bigger, there's just a bit more cholesterol. So it's, I don't know if it's like a perfect trade-off for chicken eggs, but we really enjoy using them. Oh my God, what is this dog doing? Posh is like climbing outside, like right on the window where we put the deer fence. Like, what is she doing? Just want to make sure she's not trying to escape. She's like, oh fuck. She seen me. She seen me. Just get ostrich eggs instead. Yeah. 1 ostrich egg a day would be nice. Holy, that'd be too much. I think that would be a duck egg. I love ducks. Chickens are cray. Ting ting. Some crazy stuff happening out here. Out in the boomies. What's going on out there today? Don't do cholesterol, kids. You might die. Yeah, deer fence. They are the worst. So because we just planted our garden, I mean, one of the first few days after we moved in here, the deer like mowed down all of the plants we had sitting up. So we brought them all down, and they actually made their way down into our yard. And they'll just literally eat like any flower or any kind of vegetable that you're growing. So we had to put deer fence up. Holy. We're blowing up out here. Hurry! They found my knife collection. Oh, a can of butter gnocchi. Yeah, fry it up in it. So good. Oh dear. Okay, next into the bowl. We need our flour. So 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and then we'll season it with salt and pepper. Canadian police? What? What is happening here? Sounds good, Scott. See you soon, man. Have fun gardening. They found the weed, boys. Oh, there's bacon going in dextrose. The bacon's going to get put into the creamed greens. At first I was like, maybe I won't use the bacon. And then I was like, let's be honest, we're using the bacon. Oh, Matt, yeah, they found the neighbor. Now what? It's over. The fun has been had. One cup. Yeah, we're straight blowing up. There's a lot of construction going on up here, so maybe something happened, which is not a good thing ever. Guys, we need to refill the salt. She's running low. Holy, another one? What's the deal with Canadian police pants in Montreal? I'm not sure. What do they do there? Those crazy Quebecois. Man, they got a mind of their own. They didn't even want to be Canadian anymore. Fresh salt. Let's go, peeps. When a Canadian doesn't say sorry, you can call the police. Yeah. He didn't say sorry to me. I'm calling the cops. So I think we'll use like a couple teaspoons of salt. Not trying to salt the board would be good. Fresh salt. No way onionies. I never even seen it. But then again, I didn't watch the news for like a good couple of years when I lived in Vancouver. Because I didn't have cable. Okay, now we just need a spatula, it says. Let's use this guy. Baking soda. So the eggies are on this side, I know that. Just kind of smash them all together. And then let's just start folding, I think. Just start doing it. What was going down in Vancouver? Oh, it's honestly disgusting there. Like there's just like zombies on the street. That's what I called them. Is like people are just high on every single drug possible. Like you go for dinner downtown to like super fancy restaurant and you come out after and there's just like people like shooting up heroin and stuff on the street corners. Seriously disgusting, and I got so sick of it. Like even walking to work in the mornings on my own, which was a 7-minute walk from my apartment, I would see people just like high as shit. I'm like, do I need to like start bringing a like weapon with me on my 7-minute walk because I don't trust what's gonna happen? And the police don't do anything about it there. They just like let them come off their high, make sure they're alive, and then just let them like waddle around. It's weird. I hate it. You always see these like amazing, nice pictures of Vancouver, but no one ever really sees that side of it. And it's sad, like really, really sad. Heroin's a gate drug. Yeah, plus everyone's like ODing on fentanyl, and yeah, no problem. Yeah, come in OD and we'll just we'll shoot you up so you don't die, but carry on. I just don't get it. And like Sam's bike ended up getting stolen from our underground like bike locker facility, having like 3 locks on it and a gated security place and cameras, and they still never found it. And the police officer's like, yeah, it's probably just like on Hastings Street. It got sold for like $10 for a hit. Not dealing with it. So that looks good. I don't want to like over mix it, right? Because then it will get a little tough. Just making sure everything is pretty much combined, and then when we roll it out, it will start to form together a little bit better. This dog is gonna get in trouble. That's enough. No more. You need some water? Posh. There you go. Doesn't even drink it. Maybe they just need some gnocchi. I think so. Butter on bread and put some sugar. I'm in. Okay, so now we gotta roll this out. So I'm gonna get rid of the board and the scale. We're just gonna do it on the counter. For some reason, my dog can't even handle me moving the scale. She's insane. Insane in the brain. Okay, so I'll just put a little bit of flour down on the counter. And yes, it is clean. Oh man, Jim. They stole your toilet seat. The heck? So let's check this like consistency. So it's not super sticky. Actually looks really, really nice. That is exactly how it is in Vancouver, Death. 100%. It's like, unless you have a super high paying job and like you just live downtown where there's not too much crazy stuff going on, like in the nicer part, then there's literally no reason to live in Vancouver. I hacked it out for 3 years and just rent kept getting too high. So I was like, this is not worth it anymore. Nice place, but not very nice to live. And you would not know that unless you went there. So I'm still grateful that I went there though, because that's what got me out here in the first place. So everything happens for a reason. So guys, while we're rolling this out, obviously we want to make sure it's quite consistent in the thickness. Try and keep it nicely floured as well, so it doesn't stick together when we cut it. But I think that's good. Like, I always usually go for about 1 inch in diameter. It's a nice size. And just need a dough scraper. Yeah, I've lived in Canada my whole life. So now we're gonna cut these around this size. Done. And then I have a sheet pan on the stove top there, and that's what these are gonna be put onto. Yeah, fentanyl, that's what everyone is getting. Like, while I worked in Vancouver, actually, one of my fellow employees, their cousin died from a fentanyl overdose. And that's where I was just like, I'm so done. Like, it's just become a regular thing now. I don't get it. They're finding it at the university? That's terrible. I know it looks like marshmallows, hey? They look super good though. I'm pumped. It is actually very easy to make. Obviously, you guys can see that. And it's not as sticky as the potato one either. Or even the squash one. I've done the squash one on stream quite a while ago. And we're just taking off small-ish pieces of the dough. So I probably will do 4 pieces. Ah, get out of there, paper. 4 different batches or rolls with this amount. Holy death. Anal. 1,400 a month with 4 roommates in a 5-bedroom, 3 single-lane car garage with 3 floors. Yeah, that's excessive. I mean, we were paying $2,000 for 700 square feet. We're just rolling, rolling, rolling. You paid $1,300 for a studio in 2004 in Seattle? Yeah, that's pretty expensive too, Tris. It's now $1,700. I'm pretty sure the last apartment we lived in Vancouver, as soon as we moved out of it, I'm pretty sure she raised the rent to like $2,300 because she can. And she doesn't the walls haven't been painted in like a good couple years. Stuff is like falling apart, and then they don't even fix it. They just like turn it over as fast as possible. It's disgusting. Making yolks. This is like my favorite part of making gnocchi. There's a snake on the table. You still want to be pretty gentle with them because they're still delicate. You don't want to smush them. You want to keep them in this shape. What kind of phone do I have? I have an iPhone 7 Plus. aka Sammy's hand-me-down. And I love it. Takes such good photos. Okay, next. Let's crush it. I think we need just a little bit more flour. Slap chop it. A flip phone, yeah, I have a Razor. A Motorola Razor. That would be epic. Just wasting that cocaine. Still no slippers. I know. First world problems. Come on. Slipper game is not on point. And it's true, yeah, it's hot. Why would I need slippers now? It's a fact, Jim. They're not needed as much anymore. Oh. You had a little, like, tear almost. One more final roll. Guys, we're on a roll. Gnocchi snakes. Trying to not get flour on the ground. so much fun. Would Anya like to be spanked with the dough? I don't think it's like spankable. I think it would just fall apart. What if one of the knives fell and cut my foot? Well, then I guess that's life, Steve. But we checked everything last night. We like checked them all on the magnet before we even put it up. And so far, so good. I don't think it's gonna fall. But that'd be terrifying. I'd be more concerned of it falling into the sink and ruining like the blade. Okay, there's our first full tray. It's looking lovely. Just put that guy there. No, I didn't catch the stream death. We were super busy planting. We went out, bought all the plants, went for lunch because it was lunchtime, came back, started planting, and then before we knew it, it was like dinner time. I was like, holy, there goes the day. Oh, I don't know what's going up there now. What is going on up there? Okay, that's it. Get out of here, paper. Cow in heat. Yeah. Hottest new dubstep track coming up. Holy Kev. His pupils are mega dilated. Watch out, world. His mating calls. That was the best one for sure. Holy. Never a dull moment in this household. Are they not making meth? Well, I mean, I've seen the gas masks, so I never really know what they do when they go out in the van during the day. Who knows? Maybe they do cook it up. Cooking up like Walt and Jesse. Oh, what a shape. Alvis. We just be rolling. You can hear the cow rocking the chainsaw. Fun times, always. Yeah, that's an onion for sure. Oh, now we got the wild cars outside. Man, is there a full moon or something happening soon? Like, what's going on? Crazy ass day. I'll just be down here cutting the gnocchis. Cutting that gnocchi. Hey, that's the last of it. And then we get to move on to something else. Fun. That was pretty easy, hey guys? Definitely a lot easier than the squash gnocchi, which has a lot of water in it. And that's what made it really hard to roll, because the dough was so soft. Where this one, you can tell it's quite a bit firmer. And it's not sticky. And as long as you don't overmix it, it's gonna be like really nice and pillowy. Post his pipe too. Yeah, we have a pretty cool pipe. It's true, Trist. How did you know? Now you can clean it up. Clean up our flour mess. Why was 7 scared of 9? Because 7 ate 9. But why does 7 eat 9? What? Why did 7 eat 9? I don't know. Back to work for Sammy. Okay, I'm just going to rinse my hands off and then I'll give the counter a wipe. And we'll be carrying on to bigger and better things, aka trout. Flour everywhere. Holy silence for a bit. Okay, we need our cutting board back here. And I'm just gonna go quickly put the gnocchi into the freezer. Got some flour on the stove top too. Everywhere. Feels like someone just turned out the lights, hey? Helicopter, hi! Oh, the camera's going crazy again? I don't know why it does that. Why do? Okay, we'll get in with our trout. The trout. The last pack when I went to the store. And this cost $17 for 1.2 kilos. I think that's quite a good price, and you can see there's quite a bit of fat in there, which is really nice. It has a little bit different flavor than salmon. I'll see as soon as I open it if it's going to be quite strong or not. It's a big fish. Well, not as big as the salmon that I usually get. And then we just need our cutting board. Where was the trout caught? I'm not sure. It just says steelhead trout wild. That's all it says. So I'm guessing somewhere in BC here. It doesn't smell like anything, which is good. And let's check out how the fillet looks. So it's a little bit torn up around here. But trout is a little bit more delicate than salmon, so you can see how it's kind of like falling apart here. Got a little mushed. That's not the best, but I've seen worse. And then this little part right here where there's a gouge out, that's bad butchery. That should be like really nice and smooth and even. And you can also see how they trimmed the belly up. So this, I'm gonna take it off just all the way along, and we'll go straight down to the tail end with that. And then pretty sure all of the pin bones are out. I've found a couple just on the fish. So you can choose to rinse off the fish if you want as well. But I don't like working with it when it's like super slimy. Fish tastes better in pounds. Oh, Kev, yeah, they're doing the floors upstairs. So let me just quickly wash my hand and I'll grab a different knife or two. Yeah, where in the ocean? I know it's wild, but where is it from? Tell us. Okay, so 2 different knives. Might need our boning knife, we'll see, just to maybe touch that up, but I should be able to use my scimitar on the whole thing. I might just run it over my steel a couple times first. And that way we're gonna take the skin off. It's quite easy. Whew, that was a scary one. I haven't put a knife on the steel this big in a while. But it definitely helped. Did I hide OMAT in my basement? No. Can you taste the difference between wild and tame animals? Well, usually like farmed animals have a lot more fat in them because they try and grow them really quick. Okay, let's trim off our belly end first, and that way we don't have to take as much skin off. So I'm thinking we'll start around there. One smooth cut should be good, like that. This is not gonna get wasted, don't worry. I still have some salmon belly and I think bones. So this will eventually be made into a soup or something like that. And you can see where all of the scales just built up on my knife. So we don't want those either. Anya, that was the greatest thing ever. This is a sward. Call the police. Okay, so to take off the skin, I always just put a little slice on the tail end back like that so you have something to grab onto. It's kind of like a little handle to hold everything. And then we're gonna start on this side. Just run your knife between the flesh and the skin. Should get it going a little bit. Making sure we're good. And then all you gotta do is like literally just hold on to this tail end piece and just slide your knife along. And it's okay if the board slides too. I just don't want to get this on my wooden board. Boom. That was it. So let's straighten this back out and let's see how I did. The skin should be really, really nice and clean though. Just take these couple of scales out. Probably just rinse my hands because I don't want it on the flesh. No scales, please and thank you. The vegans are trying to escape the basement. So that is how you clean a fish. So that is like perfect. There is no waste on that. And all of this dark fat, that's really good for you. So don't be scared to eat that. So you can see how there's no waste on this. It's literally perfection. Yeah, you could fry up the skin as well and use it later. Just the only thing is I would have to take all the scales off, and that's quite a bit of work. But you could also use it for a stock, really anything like that. I'm just happy everything came off clean because I haven't done it in a while. Yeah, it's true death. I know. Like, why don't they tell us where our food comes from? I don't understand. Oh, I just felt a little bony bone. There's one small pin bone right there. Oh, maybe two. Come on, peeps. Okay, ready for the next one? Is fish skin good? I only typically eat it if it's really, really crispy. Otherwise, it's not my favorite thing to eat. It's quite strong in flavor. So this fillet is just a little bit smaller. I really don't understand why they leave the belly like that. It bugs me. Who was cleaning these fish? Fish head soup. It's a thing. So once again, take our belly off to the tail piece. Save that for later. Give this a little flippy flip. Thanks, Anya. Yeah, keep this blade close. You never know when OMAT might escape. Thanks for being here, man. It's always good times. Hope you have a good sleep and maybe see you tomorrow. Alaskan Jack's seafood. The package has a dude with a beard in Alaska. Oh my god. Gross. I don't think it's like that here in Canada, to be honest. Hey, Sack. How are you? Okay, on to the next one. This knife is looking thick. I will not take offense to that. That is a compliment. And another one. Done. Thank you very much. Just making sure this is all clean. And we are good. Okay, so next thing we gotta do is portion these into little pieces to eat. I'm not gonna bake these whole or anything like that, so probably look for like about a 6-ounce piece. Between 5 and 6 ounces is what I usually like to eat seafood portions at. That is crazy, Death. So this guy, I'll probably cut into 3. And keep in mind, as it goes towards the tail, it gets a lot thinner. So maybe we'll start with that piece first. Like that. The seafood is Alaska. Yeah, they probably catch it somewhere local and ship it to China to process. That's so true. It needs lemon pepper. Rook, you're one of those people too? Okay, I don't know how I'm going to portion this. Maybe I'll just do a couple. I'll do 3 smaller ones. And that's it. And I'll just put those onto a plate for later. Let me just quickly wash my hands. There's scale stuff everywhere. Turning it into a fish. Lemon pepper fish. It would be good though. Be delicious. We got 7 portions out of those. Lemon butterfish is simple but so good. Yeah, very true, Helicopter. That's the truth. This is a heavy plate. Okay. Trout is looking amazing. Sounds like a bowling alley. I wish. That'd be so much fun. Okay, I just need to pack up those bellies. You tried smoking green tea once? That's impressive. Smoke some paprika. You guys are cray. Okay, I can't believe it's already 4 o'clock. This is awesome. So the belly is going into the freezer. Boom. And then the rest of the trout can just go into the fridge for now. We don't want that to sit out for too long at room temp. It's my dad's B-Day. Yes, it is, Steve. Yes, it is. I think Frank is 57 today. So we made the gnocchi. It's in the freezer. We prepped and portioned the trout. So now we can move on to prepping our creamed greens. So we need to make the bechamel sauce, but we'll make that after we prep up the greens. Gotta do some chopping. Hey, longtime troll. What is going on? get all of this greenery out. And we can get the asparagus out as well. We'll need that in a little bit. That. And then all of our greenery. So I brought this kale home from the farm today. I mean, obviously you can tell it's really hot because the farm stand, all of this stuff likes to wilt real quick. This is the Siberian kale from last week that's getting super wilty. That's why I decided to cook it. And then this is arugula greens from the farm as well. So we'll put that in and hopefully it adds like a nice peppery kind of contrast to the richness of the cream and the bacon. That sounds so good though, Helicopter. I am into all those flavors. The veggies have feelings too, yeah. It's okay, I took care of a bunch today. I started by moving some tomatoes, little seedling plants that are like that high, from the top greenhouse into the other one. And then I will be planting them on Thursday when I go back. And then after that, I transplanted little cucumber plants. The one kind was called Market More. So I'm guessing they have like a good yield. And then the other kind was called Green Finger Cucumber. Makes sense. And then after that, I watered all the seedlings that are outside. Took me about 20 minutes to do that. There's quite a few trays. And after that, I went and planted corn again. Good old corn. I will slam the veggies however I want. Guys. Is this cannabis? No, Jim, it is not. You cannot, well, you can put this in a pipe and smoke it, but it won't have the same effects. Sustainable West Coast cannabis, yes. Let me try and see where Doggo is at. She's being a chicken right now, but I know she likes kale stems. Lure her out. Oh, I think she's gone. I think she might have went upstairs. All right, now we know. So I'm gonna give these a little wash. We'll get our salad spinner out. We're going interstellar. Why do I have cops near my house then if it's not weed? Well, they haven't found me yet, so I don't know if they are coming for me or not. Tristan, that is an unbelievable saying. You're slamming veggies like Hulk Hogan. What is the last vegetable that you've eaten? Is what I want to know. Sounds good, Helicopter. Have fun. Thanks for being here. We're making a mess. They're the food police. Nice. Oh, a pesto. love pesto. You know that, Trist. Okay, we're locked in. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened here. We're slow moving today. Rook, you just ate an entire jar of salsa in 5 minutes? Getting those veggies. I think it's because this thing got bent, but I don't know why it got bent. Confusing. Yes, Trist. Work that chat. Everyone's rolling. Okay, so we're gonna lay these out nice and flat, and then we'll cut them down a little bit further. Like this guy is gonna get cut in half right away, so it's very large. That was the Siberian kale. Large and in charge. Tinder, I love it. Imagine if a streamer did that. It's like, go check out my Tinder. What? Okay, I think that's enough for the first bit. I'm gonna do these in about 1/2 inch width slices. We don't have to worry about cutting it too small because it will get cooked down quite quickly. Guys, I've never used Snapchat in my entire life. Don't even know what it is. I'm pretty proud of that. I know, Trist. I'm upset that you're not on Instagram anymore. How am I supposed to tag you when I make things for you? I'm upset. How about Vine? Never did Vine either, but I liked watching them. You deleted everything. That's insane. Steve, you don't know what Vine is? What was that, like 2 years ago that Vine was huge? I don't even remember. Everything just blends together now. MySpace. I never did MySpace. I did a Nexopia. We're really going back in time again today, guys. Nexopia. Holy. MSN Messenger. Friendster. Holy. Danny, what's that noise? That is people installing new flooring upstairs. I should have said what noise? I don't hear it. I don't hear nothing. You use postal service to send letters. I love it. Now that's like a hipster thing to do. Sending postcards and stuff. I would enjoy like writing letters and sending them though. Okay, there's our bowl of greenery. That is gonna get cooked down relatively soon. And those are all organic greens that I got from the farm. I've worked for them. Oh, you use talk to text? Nice, Trist. I don't use that feature very often, but it's quite handy though. When you literally cannot type. You just hope that your phone actually understands what you say to it and it doesn't end up typing out something crazy. Okay, I'm going to take a bathroom break. Be back in 30 seconds. Okie dokes. Let's move on to the asparagus. Me, murmur. Thanks for the follow. Welcome in. No way. Like sales people actually text you? That is retarded. The noise is comforting. It's like a little bit of like ASMR, I guess. I'm glad you find it comforting, Danny. Okay, so we're gonna trim off like the bottom 2 to 3 inches usually. This is where the stalks are really tough. Like so. And then like I said last time, these can be either discarded or you can use them to make a blended asparagus soup. Whatever you want. Just keep in mind that they are tough, so you will need to blend it quite a bit to get it smooth. Now we're just gonna thinly slice these. So I'll do probably 3 at a time, maybe 4. And on the bias, so I always kind of want to start like that so that everything is already on the bias, and then we'll just do nice thin strips along that. That is so weird, Trist. How do you become ASMR? I don't know if you can become that. We'll leave the tips nice and whole though, because that's like the best part of the asparagus. So little pieces like this, and then that'll get fried in the brown butter and tossed with the gnocchi and the capers. Okay, thank you, ma'am. You're very welcome. Yeah, just start whispering. So everything you say, just whisper it. And then make a bunch of banging noises in the background while you whisper. So we're gonna cut the asparagus. Touch things softly. We're gonna cut the asparagus. It would take me forever. It's like slow-mo cutting. Please tell me you guys have either listened to or seen the Dane Cook skit where he goes through the drive-thru. I think it's at Burger King. Probably one of my favorites. Yeah, the BK Lounge. What is Winamp? Yeah, and sweet and sour sauce. And some pickles. Love it. Doing a little bit of knife skills with the asparagus, I suppose. That's why I'm only doing a couple at a time, because it's a little bit difficult to chop them like this if you have more than 3 or 4. They just kind of slide everywhere. You're not going to get the same knife cut that you're looking for. Winamp. I might. I don't know, it sounds familiar. But I'm not a huge techie. I just started being like a techie, I guess. Don't judge me, Jim. Steve's just calling Jim out. Yeah, I use 2 monitors. I'm an IT pro. Techie from 1997. Well, no wonder I don't wonder. I was 6 years old. I was just a wee Kate. Jim, you were 5. Whoa, you're younger than me, Jim? This is craziness. Okay, a little bit left. We're getting there. Sushi day's on? No. I wanted to raid her. Are they doing crazy stuff, Trist? Yeah, I was born in 1991. That is a fact. I love Sushi Day. They're also in Cali. Thinking we can do like a pretty good meetup. We're all pretty close together. Oh, they're in the LA area? Cool. Never been there before. Your brother is older than me, Steve? My brother is older than me, too. Okay, the last 2. Oh, he's only like a year older than me. I look like I'm 18. It's funny, like when I don't wear any makeup and stuff, if I go to the liquor store, I still get ID'd all the time. It's so annoying. It's like, really? Like I'm almost 10 years past the legal age. Still getting ID'd. But I guess that's a good thing. Okay, there's our heaping asparagus mound. Done, done. Let's wipe our area. You get asked for the 55. Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Would you like to look at the seniors menu today? Imagine. That'd be so bad. Okay, both of these things can just be set over here in the corner. It's okay if they sit out. Totally okay. And now let's get back to our creamed greens. Let's make up our bechamel. So 3/4 of a stick of unsalted butter. Okay, never mind, scratch that. 2 tablespoons of butter in a saucepan. Then we're gonna add our flour. So that makes a roux, which is a thickener. Equal parts butter and flour, or fat and flour, whatever kind of fat you wanna use. And then we'll do 2 cups of milk into that. And then that will make a really nice creamy sauce. And that way, using it with milk, it's not going to be as rich. And then we'll add in the fresh cream later on. So it's a little bit more healthy, but not really. Definitely don't make this if you can't eat dairy. Let's get back to the gym, Jimbo. Okay, let's do it. I mean, I've been biking and stuff lately. Been trying to get my legs a bit stronger. And my upper body, it gets like a good enough workout at the farm. I'm okay with it. SSI. Is that like the seniors thing in the States? Okay, so a couple tablespoons of butter. And then a couple tablespoons of flour. Equal parts. Biking. How about them shrugs? I have never done shoulder shrugs. I mean, I don't really want massive traps. I don't think that's very attractive on women. Oh, Social Security income. Let's melt this. And we'll need a whisk. We're gonna whisk it up. Big question, Trist. Fire away, man. Did I fix my standing pose in gym, or I was straight before too? What do you mean? Like my posture? Actually, my coach, when I was bodybuilding, he kept telling me, stop like slouching, right? So I guess I would always like slouch and stuff before. So yeah, it probably did fix it. I mean, it helps having back muscles to kind of keep everything back there, right? So obviously, if you don't have much muscle, everything will just kind of like fall and look sad. Yeah, we have that too as well, Tris. We have an SSM just the same as you guys. And that's like basically the one way to really like prove our identity. Other than obviously your passport or something like that. Once the butter is melted, we will put in our 2 tablespoons of flour. Fruit fly, and I'm having none of it. It's that time of year, I guess. Jim, you're not dumb. Have you been back in the gym lately? Or did you give up? Let's get our milk out as well. While that's melting. Oh, I might have to go grab another one. Your name is Steve, you live in Canada. When did they make it so you have to have a passport to get into Canada? I'm not sure. So you need 500 milliliters of milk. I have 250, so I'll be right back. Just gonna go grab another jug. I'll just turn that to low, just so it doesn't burn or anything in the 30 seconds. I'm here. Whoa, your name is Steve as well? Got 2 Steves? Steve's in the house. Jim, you live in Discord. Conrad is really trying to get out now. I think he doesn't want to be stuck in the ceiling anymore. Boom, 500 mils. The vegans are hungry, yeah. They're like, you stop using that dairy down there. Okay, let's turn our butter back up. Get our flour into there. We'll see once we whisk it if we feel like we need a little bit more. I think we need just a touch more. It should be a little bit thicker than that. I didn't measure the butter, so that's my own fault. I think that will be perfect. Yeah, there we go. So that's what it should look like when you make a roux. And then all we have to do now is whisk in the milk. We'll do it slowly to start, just so we don't get any lumps of the flour in there, because that will cook into little lumps if we are not careful. Aw, Jimbo. The gym should be your safe place. So just do a little bit. And we'll just make a paste pretty much. A little bit at a time. That way we won't have any lumps. Getting there. Let that cook for a minute. Costco's a good place to scope out MILFs. You got that right, Tris. Except for my Costco. Like when I go shopping on Monday mornings, it is all old people with their grandchildren. It is like I am one of the youngest like solo people in there, other than all the kids. But like there is no middle ground. So can you guys tell that the milk is thickening? I want this to be really, really smooth before I add in the rest of the milk. Now we'll just incorporate the rest. the bechamel. Now we just gotta make sure that we don't burn it. So as that cooks, the way that bechamels usually cook up on the stovetop is the flour is going to want to settle to the bottom of the pot, even though we whisked it all in. So as it cooks, just make sure you stir it every couple of minutes. Otherwise, it will all drop to the bottom and will scorch onto the bottom of the pot. And if that happens, the whole milk is just going to taste burnt, even though just the bottom of the pot is burnt. So we don't want that to happen. I've seen people do this with about 10-liter batches of bechamel, and it's just like, well, we can't use that. Like, we have to throw that out now because it just tastes burnt, and there's no real way to fix that if you take it that far. Tristan, Mormon women with kids, weird. Maybe because the food is so cheap for lunch. We got some singles in chat. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so next we still have to dice our onion and our bacon for our creamed greens. So I need another cutting board. We don't have to watch the bechamel too closely now that it's cooking. Should be pretty easy. Just make sure we stir it every now and then. So I'll get 2 bowls out for those. We'll do them up right now. Your gym trainer was a very thick lady, and now she's a trainer. Nice. That's really good. Knock. Big Steve equals big ladies. Yeah, you guys gotta bug him. This is some alderwood smoked bacon. And it's from Costco. I think it's called Fletcher's. It's really, really good. Probably one of my favorite store-bought bacons. Steve's not into thick. Unknown. Okay, so this stuff is almost boiling or simmering. So we'll have to watch it pretty close, because it thickens up really fast. Okay, for the bacon, you want nice sized pieces. I mean, still bite size, something like that. Let's do like an inch thickness, I guess. And then that will be fried up in the pot when we go to make our creamed greens. Bacon for the win. Who dat boy, Steve? done. Into the bowl. See how this is. Give it a little stir-sies, and then I'm just gonna wash up my knife and rinse this board. Well, at the same time though, Tris, like everyone has kind of a different body shape. So some of those women that are super skinny, like it's not like they're that way on purpose. They just can't really help it. It's their metabolism. Stir it. I can feel the flour on the bottom. Not today, bechamel. Not today. Yeah, should be getting thick. Maybe 5 more minutes for this. Maybe getting into the onion. I want to pay attention to this for a sec. It's gonna happen quick. But if they're a good person, maybe they have a chance, yeah. Okay, ends off first. Actually, before I start, I'm gonna run this on my steel as well. I feel it needs some love. Yes. Yes, Okay, now ends off first. Steve's an alpha? Far from it. Steve's just being a Canadian and saying nice things. Canada. Now we're going in half. This onion's a little bit strong. My eyes. It burns. Whew. The tears are rolling. Steve said he's not into thick. Yeah, but Tristan said he's not into the thin ones, so that's not nice either. You guys are being cray. Okay, so this is boiling. If you guys can see that in the camera. So once it comes to a boil, it's typically done. I'm guessing this is as thick as it's going to get, which I think is good. You don't want to be like super sticky creamed greens. You still want everything to flow. So let's just turn that off, and then we have to season it with some salt and pepper. Probably about a teaspoon of salt. And a couple cracks of pepper. Yeah, they're both not nice. And that'll just come off the burner. Let's give it a taste. Let's do the yellow spoon for it. Perfect. It's a little bit salty, but I'll just make sure that I adjust my salt later on when we add the cream, or I won't have to add as much. So we'll keep that in mind. Like thick and a bit more. You guys. So for the onion, we're going to want to cut it pretty small. I would say small dice for sure. Around like 1/4 of an inch in size, and this onion will actually be pretty perfect if you can see all the lines in it. We can follow kind of that width. And we're also going to follow the shape of the onion all the way around. That way we'll get nice even pieces. And we're not going to cut all the way through this side, because that's what's going to hold everything together. It doesn't get messy. Like so. Yes, Trist, onion. It's true, Steve. Yeah, everyone likes what they like. Everyone has their own opinion. It's like vegans and the rest of the people. Doesn't mean they're not nice or that we're not nice because we eat meat. It's just everyone's different. This onion's still falling apart a bit. Ah! We'll kind of take it apart. My eyes are burning. She's cutting blind. Watch out, world. I gotta step away. It stings. Holy smokes. I couldn't even finish half of it. I brought a little tissue just in case. Sushi's making chocolate chip cookies. Yum. Now I want some. I'm crying. I'm crying at all of you. You're all in trouble. Like this first layer. I can tell it's already slipping. Goodbye. Get out the fish goggles. Yeah, if only I had some handy. The snorkel gear. Hurry. Steve, I believe you. I know you respect women. You've never been creepy to me. Onion everywhere. Oh, I threw it in the flour bucket by accident. Do you like pineapple pizza? Now that's the real question. Jim, you're just grinding his gears. Have I taken the Clipper from Point Roberts to Seattle? No, I took a boat from Victoria to Seattle. I forget what it's called though. And that was fun. It was like a catamaran, kind of. I'm pretty sure it's called the Clipper as well, though. Okay. Jim and Steve, you guys are cool or what? Enough of this nonsense. Okay, board is completely onion up. Gotta give it a wipe. A wipey wipe. And then I think by 5 o'clock, we should start getting our gnocchi pot on. And then we can start making our greens. Creamed greens. Don't waste your time with stupid. Okay, we got our onions and our bacon for our greens. Still need a couple cloves of garlic, so let's smash those now. Let's do 3. Yeah, the Victoria Clipper. Yeah, I took that maybe 5, 6 years ago already. Holy. I went with my cousin and we stayed in Seattle for 2 or 3 nights only. So I don't feel like I've seen enough of that city yet. Definitely have to go back. But I ate at this really nice little French restaurant. It was really fun. And the market was awesome. Okay, we got our garlic. We'll mince that up after, so I'll just put my garlic press over there with it. And I think we're pretty much there. Let's recheck this recipe real quick. Did not need my leather handkerchief for the onion. We made it through. Oh God, something's happening to my MacBook. Something's happening. They tore it down for the subway? What? Okay, oh God. I don't know what Crapbook is up to. Crapbook, what are you doing? Oh yeah, we still need the hot pepper flakes. And then just half a cup of cream. Easy mode. So let's measure that out in the milk container. No way, Trist. People are so crazy. Yeah, the earth is flat. Like, it hasn't already been proven, and they're still trying to argue with it. Okay, that definitely thickened up nice. Just put that back there. Oh, we can quickly chop up our garnishes. So our dill and our chives. I just have to go pick a couple chives outside. Snip a couple off. Oh God, we're fighting again. Let's do like that much dill. We don't want to overpower anything. We love dill. Okay, I'm going out to the garden. 2 seconds. I know. Everyone's lurking. Got some lurkers. With some chivers. Today is less painfully slow. When was it a really bad day? Okay, so here's our chivers. I like the little flowers for garnishing, so I'm just gonna pick those couple off because I think those will look really nice on the plate with the trout and the gnocchi. I am here. Yeah, keep calm and chive on. So those are all lined up. We can put them into the same bowl, I think, as the dill. It's allowed. And we're just gonna slice these really thin and fine. Just get a nice little dusting of them on the plate. How much is the knife set on the wall? Well, some of Sammy's are up there too. But like all of the shuns up there and the hankles, like those are the more expensive ones. I would say it's probably around $1,000 at least. Because the one I'm holding is $250, I think. And then my vegetable cleaver as well. That's the Japanese forged one. That's around 300. And then Sam's whole knife kit, I think, was around like $800, but he only has a couple up there. And then usually like all my butchering knives are a little bit cheaper just because I don't use them as often, so I didn't want to spend mass amounts on them. But they're still really durable. Ugh, I don't know what was in the end of that chive. No, thank you. Terrifying. You make that a week, Trist? Yeah. Guys, I might have to get a part-time job next month. We'll see how the funds go, but I'm gonna be going off my employment income at the end of this month, so that's it for me. Time to get a job again, probably. But I'll probably only do like mornings for a part-time job. Do like 7 a.m. till noon, and that way I can still come home and stream. I'm not gonna stop streaming. That's all I know. It's time to get back into it. I'm just gonna do like some prep shifts at a restaurant. Hopefully they hire me. I have one in mind that's really, really good in town. And I could easily bike there, which is awesome. Yeah, there's no way. Like, he doesn't even have time to get another job. The guys are typically already gone for like 12, 13 hours a day. Frank's keeping him busy. Yeah, I won't leave you guys. It's okay. I'm just gonna be that really picky person when they go to hire me. I can only work these days and only from these times, and never call me to come and pick up a shift. And I ain't working weekends. That's what's up. Let's fine chop this, and then we're gonna get cooking soon. Real soon. Yeah, miss, you can just see your ass to the door. Well, I hope not. I hope that they at least like give me a shot before saying that. They don't know my abilities, and I have a pretty good resume, I would say. I've done some stuff. I've opened a restaurant. Life is good. Okay, there's our little garnish set. So that can be put aside as well. Actually, we'll just keep it over here, because this is where we garnish anyways. I have people depending on me, yeah. Well, for sure let the people know that like I have an online cooking show. I think that's pretty cool. But then they probably think I have like no skill at all. Little do they know. Okay, garnish is done. Next, let's do our gnocchi water. The pan for the brown butter, and then we can start the creamed greens. Every one by one? What? What? I think we'll use this smaller pot for the greens, and then we'll use the bigger pot for the gnocchi. It was rocking. You guys are still fighting. I love it. So we can fill the gnocchi pot with hot water. Our greens pot can just be put on the stove top right here. And then the greens, I want those to be finished about 10-15 minutes before we plan to eat. And that way they can come off the stove and I'll have a spot to cook up the trout real quick. Yeah. What? That's what I'm saying, Tris. Why don't I use the bananas? Because they're for the smoothies. But I bought quite a bit, so there might be like banana bread happening on Monday. We'll see. I've been having a hankering for banana bread. Or muffins. What do we do to our pasta water? Add salt. Like that. Turn it on. Banana split. Oh. You've never had a banana split? What? There's a little restaurant right by the farm in Machosen. And the restaurant's called My Chosen Cafe. Like My Chosen. And they do like the craziest banana splits in the little cafe part. Ugh. We haven't had one yet, but Sammy and I plan on biking there, crushing a banana split and then biking home. We'll work it off. And then we'll cook our trout in the big heavy cast iron. But we currently do not have room for it on the stove. Get a photo of it for sure. For sure we will. Actually, I think that's going to be the brown butter pan for the gnocchi and the asparagus. And then the trout, shoot, we might actually end up baking the trout. I should bike to Starbucks. That would be a very long bike ride because there is not one where we live. So I'd have to bike into Victoria, which takes about an hour and a half. It's not worth it just for Starbucks. Okay, so we're gonna blanch our gnocchi pretty soon here. Whenever the pot comes to a boil. And it's okay for those to be blanched or like cooked in the water and then just left out until we need them later. Yeah, that's a far bike ride, Trist. Sammy's done it a couple times already on his e-bike, but like it's still hard work for him. I don't have an electric bike, so it would be really hard. But we're gonna plan, like we plan on doing that bike ride sometime in the summer. That's one of our goals, is to be able to bike to the city. No, I don't have the e-bike, that's Sammy. Steve has a confession now. What up, Steve? Okay, gnocchi's coming out so you can see it's really nice and hard. It's gonna hold up really well when we go to boil it. You've not had Starbucks? What? Man, you guys. You guys just aren't living. Not even joking. That is not something to joke about, Steve. Oh, I did not want this. I wanted the spider. Where is the spider? What? Okay, this is what we'll be using then. The spider disappeared. You've been going to Starbucks since 1994. Yeah, you save a lot of money on buying coffee. Yeah, it's outside on the wall house. Oh, so I was spraying off the house because there's a lot of spider webs on it. And you saw the big spider, Trist, of the photo I took. The big spider just came like ripping out and then like went back into the door frame. And like we found his little nest. It's like right on the door frame. But I left him there. He's gonna protect us. I gave him like a stern talking to. I was like, if you come inside, you will get killed. So as long as you stay out here, you can live here. And I'm just going to take the other bathroom break and then we'll finish cooking all this stuff up. Dinner is at 6. I am here. We've had that talk too, Steve. Tristan, yeah, I'm pretty sure Vancouver has more Starbucks than that downtown. It's so crazy. Oh, and just so you guys know, if you want to make up the gnocchi, that will stay in the freezer uncooked for like months at a time if you keep it covered. And then it only takes about the same amount of time as dry pasta to boil from frozen. So about 7 to 8 minutes and then it's done. I always just take it out as soon as it floats to the top because that means it's all cooked. Yeah. It's true, Trist. They are everywhere. And you know what, guys? I think I'm going to turn on the pot for the greens. Let's start doing this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do like medium high heat. And then we'll fry the bacon first so that we get some bacon fat into the bottom of the pan. And then we'll fry the onion in that after. And then we'll do everything else after that. So I'm pretty sure the greens get put in. Holy, this is crazy-ish. The greens get put in after we fry up all that stuff, and then we put in the dairy and let that just cook down really nice. So I'll put the bacon in there now so it can start to heat up while we cook the gnocchi. we be cooking. And I'm gonna use my handy dandy wooden spoon for the bacon. Dutch Bros coffee. That's big in the States. The big other Canadian coffee brand is called Blends. B-L-E-N-Z. Z. Okay, so I'm just going to pick up the piece of silicone mat that the gnocchi is chilling on, make like a nice little device like that, and then I'll just slide it into the pot. We are buds. Yep. Chilling with my bud Steve. And then when the gnocchi comes out, it can just be put right back onto that pan with the silicone mat. So I'll probably do 3 different batches of it just so it cooks really nice. We don't want it to stick together or stick to the bottom of the pot because it cools down the water too much. And I think I'm going to turn on a light. Let's see if it focuses. Yes! Rush! Guys, everyone congratulate Rush. He has a new baby boy that's healthy. How are you, man? It's good to see you in here. You've seen Blends? Yes, Trist. Probably when you were in Canada. Smash. Yeah, not twins. Would have killed Rush. It's so true. Death is busy, man. He's letting you hold down the fort, Trist. Do twins run in my family? No. Luckily not. Okay, gnocchi is almost all floating. Looking lovely. So once they all come to the top of the pot, everything will be good, and we'll take those out and we'll do another batch. Armored, thanks for the 20 bits. Good to see you in here. Chris needs you, Death. Okay, so all those are floating. See how they're holding their shape? Now that just puts back onto the sheet pan. These are our little gnocchis. So you can see that they also puff up a bit, hey? But if we touch them, they're really nice and light and pillowy. So I have a non-stick sheet under here, but just try and keep them from sticking together. So you can either drizzle a little bit of olive oil, or if you think you're good, just leave it. Yeah, they got puffed up. give this bacon a stir. Now it's starting to smell good in here. Okay, next batch of yolks. Going down. Careful when you drop them because they might splash. I don't really tend to do it this way, but stand back. Like that. Give them another little stir as well, just to make sure that they're not stuck on the bottom. Yum. So Rush, I'm just working on making the creamed greens, and we're cooking the gnocchi now. That way we can fry it up with brown butter later. Yeah, that's not very far apart. Of course you guys look similar then. I'm gonna open this window here. Let some of that bacon smell out. Even though it's not a bad thing if your house smells like bacon. Rando is good. We spoke to him on Mother's Day. He's doing really good. Been super busy getting their house together. Yeah, Rush, it's a dish that I'm making for my dad today because it's his birthday. Okay, the bacon is frying up nice. It's about halfway there, so I'm gonna throw in the onion now to cook it with it. Give it another stir. And then the onion is gonna draw all the stuff that's stuck on the bottom of the pan. So we're gonna create some really, really good flavors right now. Does Rando have kids? Nope, just a doggo. A cute doggo named Astra. She was a rescue dog. Some kind of like German Shepherd cross. Hey, look at our gnocchi, guys. It's just starting to float again. I think we're good for that batch. So what did that take? Maybe 5 minutes? We'll let the water come back up to a boil. Give that a little shaky shake. Yeah, good for him for rescuing animals. I can't wait to get my own. Aw, Steve. Is that the pug that you rescued, or is that a different one? Okay, last batch of gnocchis coming up. We're at 520. We're doing good still. We're doing good. I think after that last gnocchi goes in, I think we're going to be baking the trout in the oven. Just because there's not too much space on the stove to pan fry it. We'll see as time goes on if we need to call an audible or not. Pashi, come here. You're being a baby. Hi. Good girl. Come here. Say hi. Come here. Hush. Up here. Good girl. Say hi. Good girl. Okay, let's go. A German Shepherd. Cute. Okay, water's boiling again. Let's do this last bit. Give those a little stir-y. We doing good, guys? The pug is still alive. Nice. Trump! It's been forever. Grilled sea bass. Parsnip puree, duck fat roast potatoes, and steamed asparagus about 2 weeks ago. That sounds so good. Did you think about that meal yourself? Like you did all those flavors? Because that sounds amazing. I love parsnip puree. And duck fat potatoes. Oh my god. I still have my my duck fat in the fridge here. And then like the glaze, which is just staying amazing down there. The duck sauce. Okay, let's give this another stir. Maybe about 5 more minutes for the bacon and the onion. Then we'll put our greens in. Sushi day with the raid. Welcome in, guys. Woohoo! The steam is real. Yeah, it's getting steamy in here. The hunger service. Hi. And Thule. What's up, guys? Hi, Sushi. Tristan told me you guys made chocolate chip cookies, and I was like, I need some of those now. Hey, Incognito. Uncle Stinky. How's everyone's day? We are just blanching off our ricotta gnocchi and just starting to cook our creamed greens. Nice, the cookies were good. So simple, but so delicious. Okay, so all of our gnocchi is floating, so we're gonna get that out of the pot. We don't want to overcook it, then it just goes mushy. Get in there. Yeah, all of the chefs are here. They're working upstairs. Yeah, they're replacing the flooring. So sorry, guys, if it's a little bit annoying. Bye, Steve. Thanks for being here, man. Dante Fili. Thank you for the follow. So our greens are just about to go into this pot. Our bacon gave us like this nice caramelized, I guess, layer on the bottom of our pot. Greens will go in, as well as half a cup of cream. Pour that in the bottom. And then that should lift off all of that delicious caramelized goodness. Save the asparagus from sun. Yeah, shh, don't tell him. Thanks, Dante. Thank you for the follow, Koneko. Yeah, my old kitchen was better, it's true. But we're making this one work. We just got our knife racks up here. It's lovely. Okay, that didn't work too much as planned for lifting off the bottom of the pot. So we also have our bechamel here that's gonna go in. So let's pour that in as well. Just make a little nook. Out. You don't want to waste any of that. What was the old one like? Well, it was actually one that my dad built. It was like lovely, super bright and white. Thanks, Sushi Day. Have a good one. Thanks for the raid. The Dark Prince. Thanks for the follow. Okay, let's give this a stir now. Get everything combined, and then we'll turn the heat down to low. That looks so good, though. Low. We're going low. I'm gonna take this pot off. Pour it out. The dishes are piling up. Dirtbag, you made it. Is my dad a carpenter? He's actually like a handyman. So he contracts himself out mostly to restoration companies. He's pretty talented, that's for sure. Lux Cat, thanks for the follow. Yeah, better get those munchies. Soon, Trist. I already have a cookbook picked out for when it becomes legal, and we're gonna cook out of it. That's my plan. I'm going to add 1 garlic clove now. I don't want to make it overly coward with the garlic, so let's do 1 instead of the 3 we originally planned to use. I just think that would be too much. And then that will cook nicely into it. Just get that 1 nice layer there. And let it do its thing. Yeah, but the old internet, we traded up. That's for sure, Gimp. Good point. Thanks, dirtbag. Add some butter to the wine. It'll just float on top. Okay, we got the stove a little bit messy, hey? See if I can give that a little wipe. We were boiling stuff. It's getting rowdy. That looks a bit better. Okay, so that's gonna be our gnocchi pan. And then the greens should be done in a little bit here. I would say they'll cook for about 15 more minutes, and then we'll quickly pan fry the trout. Holy dirtbag. That's pushing it. I can't do that at work. There's no way I can do that. Aw, thanks, Dante. Yeah, this dinner is for the farger. So we'll use this cast iron pan for the trout. We should be able to fit 4 of the fillets in there. But I don't have a bigger pan, so we'll have to make it work. The ghost upstairs. Yeah, it's Omat. The ghost of Omat. Yeah, happy birthday, Cook with Kate, Dad. Thanks, Hunger Service. How did the rest of your stream go yesterday? Yeah, cast iron for the win. 100%. This is looking lovely. Give it a try. I want to make sure that the onions are soft first and foremost, because if they're still a little bit crunchy, there's no way Sam's gonna eat it. Yay, awesome. That's awesome, Hunger. And then let's kind of taste the broth or the cream that we made. Onions are still a bit crunchy, so we'll cook that for a little bit longer. But what we can start to do is prep our brown butter for our gnocchi and the asparagus. And you'll need quite a bit of butter for this. I would say like at least 4 tablespoons, because this is going to turn into the sauce for our gnocchi. So we're keeping it pretty light. We don't want to put any tomato sauce on it. So I'm going to grab just a bit more butter from the fridge. And the trout can come out now as well. We'll let it warm up to room temp a bit. Here is our lovely plate. We just have to season it with some salt and pepper real quick before we cook it. Yeah, all of the butter. Butter is flavor. I think that'll be enough. Maybe a bit more. I am making 8 portions, so it's quite a bit. We don't want to skimp. No skimping. Lemon pepper. Is the THC butter more potent than smoking or eating it? That's a good question. I mean, I haven't eaten too many edibles in my day, so I mean, it takes a lot longer for it to start affecting you. But then, yes, it is quite strong. Like, it's more of a body high than a brain high, I guess. Whereas smoking it, you get like high right away. But then obviously it doesn't last as long. I did rush. I did. Let's see this. Let's see this lovely trout that we skinned up earlier on stream. And then we portioned it into 7 portions. So I had 2 little fillets. And it's looking lovely. Some nice steelhead trout. A good alternative for salmon, if you like salmon. Okay, one more stir. And I think I'll just put this on the back burner. It's still quite large. I'd be good with that. Who knows? We're toasting up some greens. Thanks, Rush. It's still illegal there, Armored? Soon though, yeah? Or not? So, salt and pepper time for our fish. Just keeping it very simple. Let it speak for itself. The only thing I want to make sure is that these aren't overlapping when we season them. Just kind of pull everything out. I don't want to grab another plate because we don't have too much room to work with. So let's try and do our best here. Yeah, it worked. Trout Tetris. And I think I'll just cover these so they kind of steam as well. Texas don't play. No, it's true. No screwing around there. So just a nice, kind of a thinner layer of salt because this is a lot thinner than your typical salmon fillet. So you don't want to over salt it. I always like to be careful to start, and then if it needs extra salt later on after you cooked it, that's a much better option because you can't take it out once it's in there. Thanks, Uncle Stinky. Yeah, the fish is super nice looking. It's a wild-caught steelhead. And Death asked me where it's from, but it did not say on the package. It just said wild, which is better than being farmed, in my opinion. Just hope they're not lying to us. Hey, Solex. How's it going? And thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Looks like it was caught this morning. Well, I bought it yesterday, so let's hope it was caught yesterday morning. Why is farmed bad? I mean, it's just the conditions that the fish have to live in is not the best for them. And then typically they're like fed some weird stuff so that they grow really quick. And that's what makes them a lot more fatty as well, which is not a bad thing in my opinion, but you don't really know what they're feeding those fish. Whereas wild fish typically eat good food, not just chemicals. Okay, we're getting set up here, guys. We have about 20 minutes left until it's time to eat. Probably only gonna fit about 4 of the fillets into that pan for the trout, which is enough because there's only 4 of us eating. Yeah, as long as it's not antibiotic, that's true. A lot of people just turn their nose up at farmed fish anyways, though, even if they just see it on the label. I've eaten farmed fish, and I've never had a bad experience with it. It's just you don't really know what the fish looks like if you don't buy it whole. Like, sometimes they're a little deformed and stuff. I don't know. Never believe what you read on the internet. Let's just say that. So, for our trout to pan sear, I always like to use a vegetable oil instead of olive oil. Olive oil tends to burn at a higher heat and then it goes bitter. So my vegetable oil of choice is always grapeseed. We got a big old container of it right here. And it's quite light in flavor. Law from roommate or homeowner, what? Canned tuna, or if you grill and eat the fish outside. That's excessive. Hey Pete, how are you? Yeah, ayo. So let's get a splash of oil in here. We don't need too much. I'm not going to cook the gnocchi until we're right about to serve. And I want to go get a really nice plain white plate for plating. So I'm just going to quickly run upstairs. I'll be right back and then we'll start to cook things in about 5 minutes. Hey, perfect white plate. Yes, Pete. Cast iron for the win, always. She's a super taster. She only likes really bland food. Weird. Why would you want to eat like that? I am also a super taster. I taste everything. Okay, let's turn our butter pan on. Medium-high heat. Somewhere in the middle. Then we'll pan fry our asparagus real quick in the butter before it turns brown. And then we will put our gnocchi that is already blanched into the pan as well, and hopefully it crisps up really nice. We'll see how that goes. But so far so good, like it's really holding its shape. Pretty excited for this. to do it. Medium high as well will work great. We need a spatula for that. Let's get that guy. Just gonna lower this a bit. There we go. And we're pretty much set. I'm excited. I think this is gonna be really tasty. I think the greens will be put onto the plate first. And then the crispy gnocchi with the asparagus after that. And then we'll put the trout on top for some nice color contrast. Then we got some garnishes here. I got chopped chives, chopped dill, and a couple of chive flowers that we'll just sprinkle around the plate. I think that will be really nice looking. Yeah, I'm excited, Dante. Okay, our butter is getting hot. I will turn up the hood vent in a little bit as well, so it might get a little bit loud, but I think it's pretty good. It's pretty quiet still. Hey Fiscal, how are you? How was the day? Okay, butter is getting hot. You can hear the bubbles. So let's throw our asparagus in. Give it a quick little fry. I cut it up nice and small so that it wouldn't take very long. And once it's cooked, I think I might take it back out of the pan to fry the gnocchi, just so it doesn't go mushy. And I think I'll just cook it with this lid on as well, so it kind of steams. You're tired, Fiscal. It was a little bit of a rough day. So I'll quickly steam that in the butter. Not a bad thing. And we'll carry on. Maybe I should have used this spoon to take it out. This pan's almost ready. As soon as the oil dances, it will be time. Yeah, one of your favorite sounds. The sizzling. Can't go wrong. How is the reflection? The reflection of the light's a little bit terrible, hey? If we do it this way though, it's a little bit harder to see. We should be okay. Let's do it this way instead. Give those a little stir-sty. See where we're at. Couple more minutes. This is not bad, okay. Let's keep it like this then. Fish pan is hot. The fish is not going to take very long, so let's just turn that back down a bit before we get the gnocchi frying. Just going to add a bit of salt and pepper to the asparagus. Season everything, my friends. Shouldn't have done that. one more tasty taste. It's actually perfect. Pinball. Hi, Mama Kitty. And Disc Jump. Yeah, just with butter. Butter, salt, and pepper. Welcome in, guys. Welcome, welcome. We're just finishing up cooking our dinner. So let's get that out of the pan. Then we might just have to put in a little bit more butter for the gnocchi so it doesn't stick. But so far, so good. I'm gonna try to not make a mess here. Yay, we did pretty good. Turning this up. Hey guys, let's do this. Let's do this. It's a little smoky in here. Guys, thanks for all the new follows. How's everyone's day so far? Thanks, Skip Natty. Okay, gnocchi's going in. You can see there's a little bit of brown in the butter. Just gonna give that pan like a little shake. Yeah, you can see it turning brown. So that will fry up, and then the trout is just about to go in. Let's do it. It's a little bit squishy, but they all fit. That is a steelhead trout. So very, very similar taste to salmon. Let's shake our gnocchi again. Beautiful. Nothing is sticking. Now I'm just gonna throw in a couple of these capers because those go great with fish. If I can open the jar. I've made gnocchi a couple times, Skip Natty, so I have a little bit of practice, but this recipe is very, very simple. Guys, where's all my mods at? Can we get a link to Discord, please? So Discord is where I post all of my recipes that I make. put about a tablespoon of capers. You don't want too much because they are quite briny and salty. Thanks, Death. Gonna take one of those out, give it a try. See if it needs any extra salt or pepper, but hopefully it doesn't. So there's the inside. You can see like how nice and cheesy it is. I would say it's perfectly salty. You just get like a little hint of the Parmesan cheese that we added as well. So good. I'm gonna turn that off. That's okay to just sit there. So trout is about 80% cooked now. I always do presentation side down with the salt and pepper. And I'll just give it a quick flip on the other side, and it should only take about a minute to finish it off. Thanks, Skip Natty. Yeah, if you get into the Discord there, you'll see the recipe that I used today. It worked flawlessly. So all burners are off. Let's just give this a little flip. Got some lovely color on that side already. Yum. So about a minute or two left for that. But we can start plating while that finishes. For surezies. Beautiful. I mean, maybe now if I turn the light on, you'll be able to see it a bit better. Camera usually focuses in quite nice. You can see the nice golden brown color. Okay, that's off. So first thing going onto the plate is going to be our creamed greens with some bacon. Give those a little stir. And you can see they're still nice and green. So you don't want to do these up too far ahead of time because they will turn brown on you. So we just make a nice little bed there for the gnocchi. Cover it back up so it stays warm. And now into these lovely things. Try and get a couple capers on there. Oh, I love crispy gnocchi. I think that's enough for a portion. We will take that one off. Let's go down to plate view, guys. How many minutes each side for the trout? Great question, Rush. I typically do between 3, like, let's say 2 to 4 minutes, depending on the size of your trout. I want to bring this in just a little bit more. It's really important to have that white space on the rim of your plate. let's just scoop that back in there. Get a little bit of our buttered asparagus, just so it kind of peeks out underneath of the trout. Yeah, it's okay if a little bit falls on the side as well. And then our trout. I'm just going to take it from the pan. So that's that. And I also want to take this pan off of the burner just so it doesn't keep cooking. We don't want to overcook our fish. That's a no-no. So just put it on the side there. So garnish. Let's get into it. So we'll do our chives here, just on top of the trout, nice finely chopped. I think the dill, I'll kind of do around the plate because you still want to see the trout. You don't want to cover it up. And then our chive flour, kind of pick it off and put it just nestled in. Just for a little bit of color contrast there. Nice pastel springtime colors, still keeping with our flavors as well. All of your garnishes should always be edible. That is key. So I'm just gonna go take a quick photo of this for Instagram, and then we're gonna get to tasting. So this is where we're at so far. I think that's a good springtime dish. Thanks, Dante. Yum. I'm so excited to eat this. And I'm just gonna quickly cover the gnocchi so it doesn't get cold. No cold food. Okay, let's get to tasting. One last look at the dish, guys, and then I'm gonna tear it apart. So let's get in with a little bit of our asparagus and the creamed greens to start. And let's do a little piece of gnocchi too. Let's just get a nice spoonful in there. A good hint of bacon from those greens. And with everything else, flavor-wise in there, it's amazing. But I like how the gnocchi is not dressed, so you can kind of choose if you want to dip it into the creamed greens or if you just want to keep it separate and keep it crunchy. Give yourself those options. But you can't really go wrong with a gnocchi and like a really nice tomato sauce, so don't be scared to kind of play around. So there's our trout. It is well cooked. I want to see if I can hold this up for you guys, but it's still very, very juicy. So trout is quite nice. It is quite fatty, so it will stay moist for quite a long time. This flesh tastes a lot lighter than salmon would. Like it kind of just melted into my mouth, which is amazing.
It smells like it just melted.
And then just a hint of chives with it just kind of lightens everything up at the end. So overall, I think this is a great dish. I came up with it myself. Pretty proud of it. Yeah, nom for sure, guys. Super excited for this. I think Frank will love it for his birthday. Okay, that's it. Is anybody on that we should raid before we go? Chef is on. Should we do Chef de Partie, guys? I'm thinking so. He's back. Back to this cooking thing, he says. So thanks everyone for all of the new follows today and the biddies. That means a lot to me. Hopefully you pop into our Discord to get some recipes, or just if you want to chat with us. We post a lot of food photos, garden photos, really anything. It's a fun spot to keep in touch while we're not on stream. And also go follow my Instagram, because I post everything I make on there during stream, and it's kind of like my chef portfolio, I would say. Thank you to all the mods today. It's lovely having you in here all the time. And let's go raid Chef. Hope everyone has a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. I stream Monday to Friday, starting at 2:30 p.m. PST. I'm out on the West Coast. Okay, guys, get your onions ready. Oh, Chef hasn't even started yet, but that's okay. Good night, everyone.